Good evening. My name is Joan and I'm a member of the Medford Pride Committee. We're a team comprised of volunteer community members and the city's Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Francis Wage. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's interfaith celebration in celebration of Pride Month in the city of Medford. On behalf of the city of Medford, Mayor Lungo Kern and the Medford Pride Committee, we want to thank our hosts, the Hillside Community Church, for inviting us into their sacred space, along with members of the Medford Interfaith community, to begin this month of celebration by reflecting on the importance of Medford as an inclusive community. We stand together tonight to reflect on this simple fact, that love wins when we act. Our one act, no matter how small, combined with other small acts, can have a compounding effect on our community. When we shine a light on building stronger relationships, we continue to learn from each other in ways that make our city, our community, our friendships, and ourselves stronger together. Thank you for supporting the LGBTQ+ community in Medford during Pride Month and beyond. It means a lot to have the support of faith leaders, especially when we hear in the news how some leaders are working to silence members of our community, and in some cases, participate in outright discrimination against us. While Massachusetts was the first state to recognize same-sex marriage, other statistics tell a different story of our community. According to Boston Indicators, a research center at the Boston Foundation, almost half of Massachusetts LGB youth have considered attempting suicide. A large share of LGBTQ youth of color in Greater Boston are unemployed, unstably housed, and food insecure. Almost 2/3 of Massachusetts transgender people report experiencing discrimination in public spaces in the past year. And almost 1/3 of LGBTQ adults aged 50 to 75 have been diagnosed with depression at some point in their lives. As we just heard, Martin Niemöller, a prominent Lutheran pastor in Germany, is perhaps best remembered for his post-war statement, which begins, "First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out." The quotation expresses his belief that Germans had been complicit with the silence about the Nazi imprisonment. In other words, silence is acceptance. With respect to the LGBTQ community, you might be asking yourself, what can I do to speak out in support? I often ask myself, how can I make a small shift in how I react to something, or I hear or I see that might change the narrative, or change the way someone thinks about an LGBTQ+ issue? A small act like this contributes in a large way to making love win. With a myriad of challenges facing our community, we really appreciate your support and your willingness to step forward and stand up for us as equally recognized members of the Medford community. Celebrations like this are a perfect place to start, and as the support of our community, and in particular our interfaith community, helps us to keep moving forward through continuous learning and strengthening of relationships with our neighbors. Thank you.